And Niles Paul back deep to do the receiving. Davis is number 38 and Paul is number 84. There you see him. And we're about ready for football. Much anticipated matchup between these two football teams, but more so the quarterbacks, the number 1 Andrew Luck and number 2 pick Robert Griffin III to start this ball game today. Here comes the boot. McAfee deep, and going back is Paul. He receives it, takes it out, and he is all the way up to the 20 and breaks it outside. And that's one of the best returns we've seen against the Colts special teams so far this season, because that's been an area where the Colts have really done a good job in upgrading how they played in preseason play. It's now time for the Toyota starting lineup, presented by your Central Indiana Toyota dealers, the official vehicle of the Colts. And there you see the offensive line for the Redskins, a veteran group. Santana Moss will not start today. It'll be Hankerson will be starting in his spot at one of the wide receivers position. And of course the Colt, Pierre Garçon, as one of the stars of Washington, or will be as this season goes along, and he goes in motion to the left. Now RG3 is going to air it out in the very first play. And it's almost there. Garçon looked like he was a little confused as to which shoulder he should look over. Other than that, he might have had a touchdown catch.
That's a typical Shanahan offense. Play action, try to get the ball deep. RG3 makes a really good throw here. I think Pierre should have had the catch. He had a couple of those drops when he was with Indianapolis, but most of the time he caught some touchdown. It was surprising that the Colts defense let Pierre Garçon get behind him like they did on the first play of the game.
There you see Mike Shanahan, the coach of the Washington Redskins. This is his third season. And RG3 hands the ball off. It goes to the rookie running back, Alfred Morris. Morris gets hammered, but he picks up good ground before he gets hit. He's out of Florida Atlantic, the number 6 draft pick, or picked in the 6th round for Washington. Jerry Hughes there, and now you see, of course, the rest of the starting lineup defensively for the Colts. That's their front three. Ricardo Matthews getting the start today. Jerry Hughes, of course, has been outstanding as an outside linebacker right now, especially in the preseason. And there you see a couple of other stars. Gerard Powers leading that defensive backfield for the Colts. Santana Moss is now in the lineup for Washington. And here's RG3 eluding some pressure and using his legs, and that's what he is known for, along with his passing game.
We talked about it in the pregame, Don. You got to be able to put pressure on him, but you got to be able to contain him too. I mean, you look at this replay. You got empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. They get the pressure on him. Good job, but good job by RG3 escaping the pressure. And then you got to contain him. You got to tackle him without letting him get first downs. And he just does a good job right there, getting the first down and keeping his drive alive. Gerard
Powers was the man who knocked him out, and they're not changing that sign down there. They have not moved the chain, so I'm not sure if he made it or not. Now they indicate that he did. So they do say he picked up the first down. Joshua Morgan is down the lineup. Here's RG3 handing to Morris. Morris has been their most productive running back so far this preseason. He has gotten most of the carries for this Redskins team. They've got a lot of injuries in that running back position.
They do. Their starter from last year early, Tim Hightower, gets a torn ACL in week 7 of last year. Hasn't been back since. Evan Royster has a sore knee. Roy Halo Jr., the other guy stepped in for Hightower last year, has sore Achilles tendon. So they're on their 4th rookie running back this year.
Garçon's back in the lineup now as the wide receiver to the near side of the field. And RG3 looks down the sideline, throws the football. Garçon makes the catch, but he is hit immediately at a good defensive play by the Colts, and DJ Johnson does a nice job there from his corner position.
This is kind of what our defense has done this entire preseason. You know, they bend a little bit, give up some runs, give up a few pass plays, but then usually something happens around this area of the field where they take over and they get a turnover, they get a stop, and they get a punt.
3rd down and short yardage for Washington. Tim Hightower, who's seen no playing time up to this point, or at least no carries, is now in the game, and he's in the game as a, well, here is a hit on RG3 big time. Jarrell Freeman got in there and leveled him just as he released the football.
You see it here on replay, Don. Jarrell Freeman gets a free run. There's nobody to pick him up. There's an empty backfield. He's blitzing. RG3 doesn't see it, doesn't make the hot throw in time, and he takes a pretty good shot right there.
Did he ever? Freeman with a big-time blitz and a big-time hit. And so it forces a punting situation for the Redskins. And Levon Brazil is back deep to receive this kick from Sav Rocca. And a fair catch called for by Brazil. He pulls it in. And the Indianapolis Colts will have their first possession of the ball game after stopping Washington on their first possession. Back with the plays in a moment. As the Colts take over the football, let's take a look at the Toyota starting lineup presented by your Central Indiana Toyota dealers, the official vehicle of the Colts. And there you see the offensive line.
Offensive line has done a good job this first preseason games, only giving up 1 sack.
And of course, Donnie Avery getting his first opportunity as a starter for Indianapolis, at least to be even in the lineup, not just as a starter, but just to be on the field. He has not seen any playing time yet. So this young receiver getting his first opportunity today. He lines up to the near side. And Andrew Luck goes to work, hands the ball to Donald Brown. And they just try a little simple play up the middle that doesn't pick up too much yardage. And let's take a look at the Washington defensive unit now. That's the defensive front, followed by the linebacking core.
London Fletcher seeing his first preseason action today.
Yep, and Ryan Kerrigan, of course, a Purdue graduate and a terrific football player for the Boilermakers. And one of those linebacker spots. Now Luck with Chris Adams in the lineup for the Colts, and one of the wide receivers, one of the 3 that's in the game. And Luck hands it off to Brown again. And again, there's very little running room as he tried the right side this time, and the Colts trying to establish that running game here in the early going.
The defense the Colts are going to see today is a stingy defense by these Washington Redskins. They got some good players. The Colts caught a break today with Brian Orakpo out with an injury, Brandon Merriweather out with an injury. But they still got some horses out there with London Fletcher, Ryan Kerrigan, D'Angelo Hall, Madu Williams. I mean, this is a solid defense return from last year.
Adam Carricker made that last stop for the Redskins, and now Andrew Luck goes into a shotgun formation. Reggie Wayne in motion there. Andrews got some time and he dumps it off. It's Avery. Donnie Avery turns it upfield, trying to pick up the first down. He got close, and let's see where they mark him out. It looks like he made it. It was Riley who made the tackle for the Redskins. Perry Riley, a third-year linebacker out of LSU.
Well, I'll tell you what, pre-snap, Washington was all over the place. Luck does a good job. Washington only rushes 3, does a good job stepping up in the pocket. Avery does a good job catching the ball and getting upfield for the first down.
That's a terrific job by Donnie Avery, keeping that left hand out there and keeping it in bounds. And so the Colts pick up a 1st and 10. And Luck again goes to the shotgun formation. Dwayne Allen there goes in motion. And again the dump out to Donnie Avery. This time there's no place to go. And the pickup is about a yard. Perry Riley was right there to stop it.
I'll tell you what, Donnie kind of made a mistake there. Usually when you throw those wide receiver screens, you got a receiver coming out blocking for you, so you want to keep that ball outside because all the defense is coming from inside to hit you. If he catches that ball and takes it outside, he gets 4 or 5 yards before getting hit.
The difference between these two quarterbacks, Andrew Luck has seen so much more playing time in the first 2 games. This is essentially his 3rd game. And he saw a lot of action in the first game, past the first quarter, almost to the second, through the first half of the second ball game, and now here in this ball game. RG3 has not seen nearly as much playing time. The catch made there by T.Y. Hilton, one of the rookies for the Colts, and one of the guys that they think has real potential from the wide receiver position. D'Angelo Hall and Ryan Kerrigan there on the stop for Washington.
T.Y. Hilton, a rookie, last week had the interception bounce off his shoulder pads. Bruce Arians said, I knew I had to get to him when he came out the field, tell him to calm down, relax, get back in there and go right back at him because we're going to need him sooner or later this year.
Toby Fleener, one of the tight ends in the ball game, as Reggie Wayne goes in motion, a 2-tight formation. The give is right up the middle for a short yardage pickup, a 1st down. Let's see whether or not Donald Brown was able to do it. As they spot it down, it is a 1st and 10. So Brown picks up the short yardage necessary. Carricker in on the stop for the Redskins, and the Colts remain in possession of the football.
You've seen the Colts have trouble with that 3rd and short year in and year out. I like having that big offensive line this year. You can just plug it up in the middle, run that lead, and get that first down on 3rd and 1.
Isn't that one of the big differences you see in this offensive line? They're bigger.
They're bigger, they're stronger, they're moving people around, they're protecting Andrew Luck pretty well, they're opening up running holes. Looks good.
It really does. Wayne in motion. Luck hands to Brown. And a flag comes down at the end of the play. Not a big gain there again. Again, the Redskins, Rob Jackson, linebacker, 4th-year player, comes up and makes the hit.
I really would like to see Donald Brown take that one cut and try to get upfield and find a hole. He kind of just pauses a little bit when he's getting up in there.
First down.
Penalty is against the Colts. We couldn't pick up exactly what they were saying. An indication there would indicate, I think, just be a procedure violation of some kind. I say that, and then they mark off 10, so it's going to be more than that. It might have been a hold. I could not tell what the official indicated. But whatever, it's a penalty against the Colts, and it sets them back pretty good. So it'll be 1st and 25 now as the ball goes back to the 17-yard line. And now Andrew Luck under center. And he's going to go to the air. Avoids the first tackle. Got rid of the football. Allen could not pull it in from his tight end spot. And, of course, the one thing that Andrew Luck is going to do is he's going to throw a throw like that is in jeopardy low to make sure nobody else can catch it.
Yeah, he does a good job here, but I almost think he kind of stepped up into trouble. Actually a pretty good job, but you see he wants to get rid of the ball right there. He steps up and gets into a little bit of trouble. You know, when you step up and your line has got those guys, if you step up too far, they can get a hand on you. Good job of him getting rid of the ball, getting it incomplete so you're not worse off on 2nd down.
2nd and 25. Luck has 4 wide receivers and dumps this one off looking for Kobe Fleener. And this one apparently behind him, and he couldn't pull it in. And so the Colts find themselves in 3rd and really long.
Yeah, it just looked like a little wide receiver screen there. I mean, nothing, empty backfield, bring a blitz. Doesn't throw the high route, little wide receiver screen, a little low. Kobe Fleener couldn't hang on to it, but it looked like it would have had some potential if we could have got it going.
This is the first game at home for the Redskins in preseason. 3rd down conversions, incidentally, brought to you by Huntington. Welcome to the bank that's passionate about doing the right thing. Huntington, the official bank of the Colts. And here comes Donald Brown sweeping to the near sideline. A very safe play on a 3rd and long scenario like that, as you might expect. And the Colts will settle to punt the ball away. They did not want to give the football and make a mistake and give the football back to the Redskins this deep in their own territory.
I'll tell you what, the Colts had a pretty good drive going until that penalty. And, you know, anybody will tell you, penalties and turnovers will kill you in this league. You just can't give second chance opportunities to the defense and the other team's offense.
Santana Moss, who's seen very little play time here in the preseason for the Redskins, is back deep to receive Pat McAfee's punt. And he gets off a dandy, sends Moss scrambling backwards all the way to the 16-yard line. And Moss trying to find running room, can't find much. The coverage good for the Colts. And so the Redskins will take over for their 2nd possession as Cassius Vaughn came down and made the stop for the Colts. We'll be back with the Redskins possession in a moment.
Freakish type athlete, can make plays with his feet, and has a cannon arm, and I think he's going to do well for the Redskins this year and in his future.
Gerard Powers talking about RG3 and what he sees in the talent level that this man brings to the National Football League, and there's no question he's got all the tools.
He does. He's got a versatile game. He can throw the ball from the pocket. He can get outside the pocket and throw the ball. When he gets outside the pocket, he doesn't have nobody he can run. He's just one of those freak athletes that can really do it all.
And he dumps this ball off to the running back, Alfred Morris. And Morris covered very quickly by the Colts, and Jarrell Freeman, who is getting an opportunity because of an injury to Pat Anger to play that linebacker role, and he has really stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of it. You saw the big hit he had on RG3 earlier in the game. right here, this screen pass is really set up pretty well. He does a good job of avoiding 2 offensive linemen and making that tackle before there could be more damage done.
Morris is the running back. And now the handoff goes to Morris, and Morris carries it to the left side, looking for the first down yardage, and he's very close. Alfred Morris, just a 5'10" rookie out of Florida Atlantic, but he's 218 pounds, and he can move.
Yeah, real good job by the Colts defense here, though, just kind of stringing it along, and you see the defensive lineman just not giving up, and the linebackers crashing downhill and making that play.
It's 3rd down and a yard now for the Redskins. I think Tim Hightower is in the backfield now. He is. And here's a long throw by RG3. Going for Garcon again, and this time he overthrew it. His first pass to Garcon on the deep ball was much closer than that one. So incomplete, and again the Redskins, 1, 2, 3 and out.
For Coach Shanahan, talk about how RG3 and Pierre stayed after practice trying to get that timing, that chemistry together. And just a little bit off here in the first quarter, just missing a couple big throws down the field by a yard or 2.
And for the Colts, LeVon Brazil is back to receive this punt. And they sideline it over there, and it bounces, and it's touched actually by one of the Redskins, I think, and down inside the 5-yard line. I think the Colts will have to go deep from their own territory in this next drive, and we'll be back with those plays in a moment. There you see the Colts and the Redskins scoreless here at midway through the first quarter of this football game. You know, Indiana University Health is proud to support the strength of the Indianapolis community through its partnership with the Indianapolis Colts. IU Health, expert physicians, nationally recognized care. Discover the strength at iuhealth.org. Well, the Colts not in advantageous territory to start this drive at their own 3-yard line. That last punt, a 56-yarder, and down to at the 3 by the Redskins. And so, Andrew Luck has some work to do. Actually, they mark it at the 8-yard line, so it is not the 3. And the ball's thrown out here and intended for Donnie Avery, who got blasted just as the ball was there. It was a thrown a touch high, and Avery tried to reach up for it, and he got hit hard by Tanar Jackson.
Yeah, you see, he kind of releases his ball a little high. A little wet out there. We caught a little rain. Should have made the catch, but it was high and kind of left Avery a little hanging out to dry a little bit.
Donnie Avery getting his first opportunity this year as a Colt. Ball player that the Colts received as signed as an unrestricted free agent from Tennessee, now in his 5th year. Missed the first 2 preseason games because of injury. And now here is the handoff, and this is Donald Brown trying to make something happen with his legs as he's brought down by Josh Wilson. And the Colts now will have a 3rd down situation. Adil Williams also involved in the stop for the Redskins.
Good job by Donald Brown making the first guy, number 51, Chris Wilson, in the backfield miss and get some positive yards on that play. That could have been dangerous for Donald Brown.
3rd down at about 7. Call it 3rd and 6 at the 12-yard line. This crowd revving up. 3 wide receivers set on the right-hand side. T.Y. Hilton's in the lineup there as well. Here's Andrew Luck over the middle. Nice catch made. Reggie Wayne. Who else for a first down? And Reggie Wayne is lining up in so many different spots now, Jim, where he used to be wide to the left side every single time. This guy's lining up all over the field, and he's a tough guy to keep track of.
You know, and I never really understood why we did that with Reggie and Marvin. We kept them at their own position instead of putting playmakers in position to make plays. I really thought we could have used them how they're using them now. Motions, different alignments, kind of get him matchups that he could take advantage of one-on-one.
And a first down for the Colts as Andrew Luck goes to work. Takes the handoff on play action, and he gets buried. Redskins were waiting for him this time, and Chris Wilson was the first man in there to knock him down as the play action play didn't fool Washington at all.
You know what? A little play action pass. You got the pulling guard in number 73, Seth Olsen. He doesn't get the block in the outside linebacker, and both outside linebackers said, hey, let's meet at the quarterback. And they met at Andrew Luck right there.
And they lost about 10 yards. So obviously the Colts in another very difficult scenario here with 2nd and long, 2nd and 17. So for the second straight series, the Colts have put themselves in some trouble, once with a penalty and now with a sack of the quarterback. And now the little dump off pass to T.Y. Hilton, and Jackson knocks him down after a short game. So yards are getting tough to come by here in the early going for both of these teams.
They really are. This is a stingy Washington Redskins defense. Good job there getting the completions, getting it back to 3rd and manageable. I mean, at least they got a shot at 3rd and 12 instead of it being 3rd and 20 or more.
Right. Inside 3 minutes now here in the first quarter. And Andrew Luck has a wide receiver at the top of the screen and 2 to the bottom. Luck decides to run, and he's going nowhere. Stephen Bowen, defensive lineman, 7th-year player out of Hofstra, makes the stop for Washington, and the Redskins force the Colts into punting once again.
And this is what teams like Washington do on 3rd down. They move people around. They put people in the gaps. They get you to guess who's coming, who's not coming. Is somebody dropping out? Is somebody coming? And right there, you got the Colts guessing. They get the pressure on Andrew Luck, and they force a pump by the Colts.
Pat McAfee will boot it away. Santana Moss is back deep to receive. McAfee had a beauty his first time. Let's see if he comes up with another one here. Moss backtracks a bit to the 26-yard line. Tries to cut it outside. I'll tell you what, had to be close to a hold down there on one of the Redskins on one of the Gunners, but they didn't call it. And Justin Hickman makes the stop of the play for the Colts. Redskins football when we return with more action here in the first period. There you see no score here in the first period of play. Well, since we have a moment, since the AFL and NFL combined their drafts in 1967, how many times have quarterbacks been drafted 1-2 in the same year? That'll be our Forum Credit Union question of the game today. We'll give you a few minutes to think about it.
That's a good question.
Jimmy, do you have it figured out already, you think?
No, I know a couple of them. You have Tim Couch and Donovan McNabb. You have Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. You have these two. But I believe there was two more sets, so I'm going to say 5. 5 is going to be my answer. I'm not sure if I'm right on that.
Here's a pitch back to Alfred Morris from RG3, and Morris finds a little running room on the left-hand side. Not a lot, picks up 2-3 yards. And it is Fili Mawala who comes up with a tackle for the Colts, the 4th-year defensive tackle from USC.
I really feel like the Colts defense is doing a good job getting stops. I mean, they've done a good job on the first 2 drives of the game. Washington right now is winning this field position battle, so we got to do something either on offense, a big play on offense, or take over on defense to kind of change that this time around.
RG3, Robert Griffin III in the shotgun formation. And he dumps this one out to the fullback out there, and a really nice stop by Chris Cooley. Cooley lines up as an H-back, a fullback, as a tight end, and of course he's listed as a tight end. DJ Johnson on the stop.
Yeah, this was a good job by RG3, just taking what the defense gives him. Great job by DJ Johnson coming up, making that tackle, not allowing Chris Cooley to turn upfield and get that first down. Really good job by Johnson, who gets the start today at the corner. Tim Hightower's back to the lineup now with RG3 in the backfield. And Griffin works a little magic with his feet to buy a little time, and the receiver finally opens up, and that was Joshua Morgan. And on the stop was DJ Johnson once again, but too much time for RG3 that time to find a receiver. Yeah, right here the Colts don't bring any pressure except for their front 4. RG3 does a good job getting out of the pocket and making a good throw on the run. DJ Johnson was so close to knocking that ball down, but that's what RG3 brings to the table. He can extend a play and let his receivers work to get open. And some negative news for the Colts, injury-wise. Gerard Powers, a knee sprain. He's questionable for the rest of this game. Here's Morris, the running back for the Redskins. And he finally is taken down, but a nice gain that time by Alfred Morris, who has gotten most of the carries this preseason for
the Redskins. He had 25 carries coming into this game, and he's had several already in this contest this afternoon.
Yeah, he's really done a good job with the opportunities he's had in this preseason with the other running backs getting hurt. He started last week, had a real good game last week, had a good game the first week against Buffalo, and is just taking advantage of that opportunity.
Well, we have a timeout being called on the field as the Colts and the Redskins continue to battle it out here in the first quarter. And, of course, these two teams, as the first quarter has come to a close, are scoreless. We'll be back in a moment with the second quarter. And at the end of one quarter of play, you see the score. It is neither team able to cross the goal line or kick a field goal here in the first period, so the defenses have been the factor thus far. We mentioned earlier our Forum Credit Union question of the game. Since the AFL and NFL combined with their drafts in '67, how many times have quarterbacks been drafted 1 and 2 in the same year? The answer coming up right after this next play. As RG3 under center, pitches it back to Alfred Morris, and Morris tries to go over the middle with the carry. Now our answer to the Forum Credit Union question of the game. And there you have it. Jim Sorgi hit it on the nose. He said he thought it was 5, and it's 5. Yeah. And there you see who they are.
I couldn't remember the first two, Jim Plunkin and Archie Manning. I mean, that's...
You're just too young.
I was 71. I was 9 years before I was born.
So there you have the 5. And, of course, the question of the game is brought to you by Forum Credit Union. Your money, your voice.
That's impressive that 2 Mannings are involved in that statistic.
It is. It really is. And Griffin finds his receiver wide open. Nice catch made by Pierre Garçon. Cassius Vaughn brings him down immediately, but the Redskins move the chains. And they have the first legitimate threat here in this ballgame.
You see the play action pass. Good poise in the pocket. RG3 ends up getting hit on that play. But good job of Pierre finding the hole in the defense, sitting down, making the catch. See, this is where we need the Colts defense to kind of knuckle down and get a stop here.
19-yard gain of that play, and the ball resting now inside the 20 at the 19. Griffin, the third, sends a man in motion. That's Cooley. Hands it to Morris. And Morris finds a hole in the outside, and he gets it to the end zone. Does he get it in? They still haven't signaled, have they? I think they indicated he is out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Cassius Vaughn chased him, but could not bring him down.
They just kind of seal the end of our defense here and kind of create a nice hole. Good job by Morris staying upright. You see Jerry Hughes in there getting the start because of the Robert Mathis injury. Gets blocked here. He needs to get off that block and make that play.
And so the Redskins with a 1st and goal. And this is Morris. And he finds a way to get in the end zone. This kid looks impressive. He's done a really nice job of running the football out of tiny Florida Atlantic. Morris drafted in the 6th round of this year's draft and making a name for himself here early.
And this is really the first time you've seen an offense really make a drive on our defense. The first preseason game they scored 3 points. The second preseason game they scored 14 points. One was on the 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry.
Right.
One was on the interception, return for a touchdown. The other one was on a wide receiver screen. That was actually the first drive where a team just kind of ran it down the field and stuffed it in the end zone.
And so Graham Gano will try the extra point kick here for the Redskins. He knocks it through. And the first score of this football game belongs to the Washington Redskins as they take the lead early in the second quarter. We're back with a kickoff right after these messages. Redskins 7, Colts nothing. As the Redskins draw first blood here early in the second quarter. And Colts fans, be sure to visit the Bud Light Tailgate tent across the street from just north of the stadium for pregame fun and $3 Bud Lights. Make the Bud Light tent your place before the game. I can guarantee you probably won't see any noses like that at that part.
The hog noses. The hogs.
Well, right now, Indianapolis trying to get their offense started, or will be, as T.Y. Hilton is back deep to receive this kick from Graham Gano. Gano and Neil Rackers is on this club now, and of course getting an opportunity. He's a 13-year kicker out of Illinois. And Gano's trying to win the job. Rackers is trying to be the guy that takes it from him. And we've got timeout call once again with no return. A touchback coming up, and the Colts in possession of the ball. Mike Shanahan doesn't look happy, but he's got to be after that last drive by the Washington Redskins. There you see the Citizens Energy Group scoring recap. Drive that just took 3:59 off the clock, 8 plays. Moore's 2-yard TD run, but Robert Griffin III looked pretty good in that drive.
Yeah, he really did. But no coach ever looks happy.
No, they don't.
They never have that big grin on their face and let everybody know, hey, I'm satisfied with how my team's playing.
Colts have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And Reggie Wayne in motion. Vic Ballard is down the backfield as the running back. And Ballard gets stopped before he ever gets started. Boy, the Redskins have really had good penetration. That was Josh Wilson coming in from the corner that time to make the stop. And several of the running backs have been down before they've really gotten started.
I'll tell you what, look at this. I mean, the Colts right here, 1st and 10, have 3 tight ends in the game, 1 wide receiver, and 1 back. I mean, you would never have seen that from the Colts for the previous 15 years. That is something completely new. They want to work on that power run game early in the down.
2nd and 10. Ballard again, the running back. And this is Andrew Luck. And Andrew, nice throw to Reggie Wayne. He'll pick up a 1st down easily. And that time you saw a little of the Andrew Luck leg action.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he does a really nice job. I see we go from 3 tight end set to a 4 wide receiver set. They end up bringing some pressure there. Andrew Luck does a nice job. You'll see it here on replay. They bring some pressure. He does a nice job escaping the pocket. You got one-on-one downfield. Reggie Wayne against the safety. There's no way he's going to be able to cover Reggie Wayne. Makes a nice, easy throw and gets this Colts offense moving.
1st and 10 for the Colts. Ball at the 41-yard line. Flag comes out. Here's a throw to Reggie, and this ball's knocked down. Nice defensive play there, once again by Josh Wilson, the corner, 60-year player out of Maryland. But the flag may have negated. I think it was offside.
On the defense, number 91, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
I'll tell you what, this is actually a really good job. I mean, Andrew Luck, he draws the defense off with a hard count. He knows he's got the 5-yard penalty. He takes a shot to Reggie Wayne down the field. Right there, I would like to see him make a back shoulder throw maybe, or put it out there for let Reggie go get it. But, you know, besides the throw, great job, under the center.
Ryan Kerrigan was the man guilty of the offsides for Washington that helps Indianapolis with a 1st down 5. And here is Vic Ballard. And Ballard, who has been pretty impressive as young running back for the Colts here in preseason, unable to pick up the 1st down, picks up about 3 on the play as London Fletcher makes the stop. Well, you know, now's your chance to get single-game Colts tickets for selected home games. Go to Colts.com for more information. Saw Chuck Pagano there for a moment. First-year Colts head coach.
There's that 3 tight end set again.
Yep. 2nd down.
Let's see if they play action off of it.
Well, they're going to throw off of it, that's for sure. And Reggie almost pulled that one in. It was thrown just a tad behind him, and he couldn't quite reach out enough and pull it in there easily.
You had a feeling right there on 2nd down and short, or 5, that they were going to kind of take a shot there. They're going to throw the ball, try to pick up the 1st down, because they know they got 3rd down to come back and pick it up.
3rd down conversions are brought to you by Huntington. Welcome to the bank that's passionate about doing the right thing. Huntington, the official bank of the Colts. 3rd down, short yardage. Ballard alongside Luck in the backfield in the shotgun formation. And time, nice throw to Donnie Avery. He's got the 1st down and tries to skirt his way past the defender. Does so for a moment, then brought down by Tenard Jackson, 5th-year safety out of Syracuse. And obviously this is a big play for the Colts because it keeps possession in their favor. And 1st and 10 now in Washington territory.
Yeah, Washington only rushes 3 players there, drops 8. You know, the offensive line does a nice job blocking those 3, giving Andrew Luck plenty of time. He finds the underneath receiver, and Donnie Avery does a good job getting upfield, picking up the first down.
Wayne and Adams are wide receivers near side, and in motion comes T.Y. Hilton to the near side. Avery's the lone wide out to the left. This is a dump out to Hilton, and Hilton's down the sideline. This guy's got some speed. Boy, you give him a couple of steps, and you're not going to catch him.
I'll tell you what, they do. I like this play. They bring T.Y. Hilton across the formation in a motion. You're going to get a blitz from that side. He just throws a nice little wide receiver bubble screen out to him. He gets the sideline and picks up a nice good gain. Leaves second and short.
Yep. Second down and 2. Ball at the 37 now of the Redskins. And the Colts with their first really significant drive of this ball game. Ballard is the running back. Wayne in motion to the left side. 2 tight ends in the game. Here's the give to Ballard. Tries to stutter step his way past the defender. Does so, but then is picked up again by Josh Wilson, who's having himself a really nice start to this ball game for the Redskins. The corner comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah, Vic Ballard does a nice job of just sidestepping the defender right there, getting upfield and getting close to the first down. And I'll tell you somebody that loves Vic Ballard, and that's Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator. He says he loves him. He shows all the tools that he could be an every down back in this league. He runs hard. He pass protects well. He's got a fan. Vic Ballard's got a fan in his offensive coordinator.
Third down and inches for Indianapolis. Andrew Luck is going to quarterback sneak. And I think he's got it.
One of the advantages of being 6'4", 235, Don.
And he had somebody come up from behind and help him along the way.
I think that's actually illegal, but they never call it.
I know it. I think Ballard was the guy who did it too. But a nice pickup with a first down for Indianapolis. And they keep the chains moving once again and possession of the football.
Yeah, good job just getting the snap there. Most of the time you see quarterbacks kind of fumble that snap and not pick up the first down. And just get low, follow that big center and 2 guards, follow those big butts and get the first down.
And Luck. Well, he got hit just as he was ready to release the football. He was looking for Reggie Wayne. He got belted pretty good just as he was releasing the football. Taking a couple of good hits today.
Yeah, I mean, we just have a hard time right here blocking Barry Cofield on the right side with Seth Olsen. Barry Cofield's a good player. He was one of my teammates when I was with the Giants for that year, and he didn't want to leave New York, but found a home here in Washington. He's become a heck of a player in that defensive line for them.
So it's second down and 10. And now Dwayne Allen lines up as a fullback in front of Vic Ballard. Now a little motion by Allen. Here's the handoff. Ballard trying to find some room on the left side off of guard, and there's not a lot there. Redskins have been very difficult to run against in this ball game, and Tenard Jackson again is into the tackle for Washington.
I just like how the Bruce Arians in this offense is using so many multiple formations. I mean, you see right there, second down and 10, lining up with 3 tight ends out there, two on the line, 1 in the backfield, pounding that run, just taking some pressure off Andrew Luck. I think you're going to see some play action off that and try to go deep to Reggie later in the game.
Third down and 7 at the 31. Now 4 wide receivers in the contest. And Luck looking to throw it. He's going deep down the field, and it is caught. And I believe, we'll wait to see the ruling, but it's a touchdown, I believe. And what a play by T.Y. Hilton. 31 yards, and the Colts have scored.
And I'll tell you what, Don, we've seen it all preseason. Andrew Luck in this offense responding after something bad happens. The other team goes down and score. You throw an interception for a touchdown. This kid in this offense comes out and leads a drive, 80 yards, another 80-yard drive for a touchdown. We've seen it all preseason. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon.
Luck has completed 6 of his last pass attempts in this ball game. 9 for 14 overall now, 105 yards, and that was a beauty to T.Y. Hilton. And the kick is perfect from Adam Vinatieri. Pat McAfee on the hold, and the Indianapolis Colts have tied this ball game up. It's 7 apiece. Indianapolis and Washington back with a kickoff in a moment. There you see T.Y. Hilton, who just scored the touchdown for Indianapolis to tie this ball game up at 7, and it's now time for the Harrison College teaching moment with Jim Sorgi.
Yeah, you'll see right here on third down, Andrew Luck. He has 4 wide receivers. You see the 4-3 prevent defense. The Redskins are going to bring 2 linebackers in a blitz here. They're going to rotate to a cover 1 with the safety in the middle of the field. You know you got T.Y. Hilton on the left here, one-on-one versus a safety, number 41, Madu Williams. You take advantage of that matchup and that speed by T.Y. Hilton, and you lead him for the touchdown pass. For you kids watching, that was beautiful by Andrew Luck. He shifted to his right, stepped up a little bit, and just uncorked the ball. Beautiful throw for a touchdown.
Here's the kickoff, and Pat McAfee boots it into the end zone and out. And this teaching moment was brought to you by Harrison College, who's celebrating their 110th anniversary of educating Hoosiers. Harrison College, career focus, success driven. Redskins possession when we come back. For Maryland, and there you see the Colts talking things over after their last score. Let's take a look at the Citizens Energy Group scoring recap. As you saw, the Colts scoring on T.Y. Hilton's catch from Andrew Luck from 31 yards out. And that drive took 5 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock. A very impressive drive by Andrew Luck.
Yeah, great way to answer the touchdown by the Redskins. I don't know what it is about Andrew Luck in this offense, but they love 10, 11 plays and 80 yards. Every time they have 80 yards, they do it in 10, 11 plays.
So we've got a tie ball game. Redskins down possession at their own 20-yard line as Robert Griffin III takes over at quarterback and hands it off to Alfred Morris, who has really been the journeyman workhorse for this ball club. The rookie running back out of Florida Atlantic, Ricardo Matthews, comes up and makes the tackle on the play. And after a gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6.
You really want to see the Colts defense stiffen here. You want to see them get the ball back quickly, not allow them to get a first down and get a drive going. Get our offense the ball back because our offense is hot, so we can drive down the field and get another score.
Morris has 9 carries for 50 yards in this ball game. And here's a throw out to Pierre Garçon, and Garçon broke the tackle, but then he stepped out of bounds. And so he is taken down, I think, just shy of the first down marker, but we'll wait and see. Cassius Vaughn was the man who stopped him over there. And now it looks like they're going to move the chains.
Pierre seems to be RG3's go-to guy. Yep. You know, you hear him talk about him. You know, he likes his size, he likes his strength, he likes his speed, he likes how he can get down the field and make plays. You see him give him a couple shots downfield to go make a play for him. And I think this tandem is going to be together for a very long time.
And now RG3 back to throw. And looking deep. Airs it out. And it's incomplete. He was going for Hankerson. Leonard Hankerson, a second-year wideout from Miami. DJ Johnson had the coverage on the play. And that's the 3rd time he's gone that deep downfield, none of which have been a completion to this point.
I'll tell you what, but it loosens the defense up. You see the blitz by the Colts, picked up by the Redskins, and he just uncorks it downfield. You see a double move there by number 85,
Hankerson.
Yep. You know, DJ Johnson does a good job staying with him, but I mean, RG3, he threw that ball at least 70 yards in the air. I mean, this kid has a strong arm.
Now we've got 2nd and 10. And a little dump off pass there, this time caught by Fred Davis, the tight end, and brought down by Jerome Freeman for the Colts. And we got an injured Colt on the field. Told you by Gerard Powers earlier, looked like he had a strained, I think they said a strained, I'm not even sure, I got to remember, I got to look that, I don't want to talk about something that's not factual. They gave me a note on it earlier, and I think I threw it away. But Gerard Powers was questionable about coming back with a strain.
I think it was a strained knee, but you know what? That doesn't hurt you. As long as he's healthy for the opening, regular season opener, that's fine. It'll give these young guys, DJ Johnson, Cassius Vaughn, a time to get out there and play and get that in-game reps with the number 1s against number 1s.
Right. Knee sprain was what they said Gerard Powers' issue was. There's the replay on the hit.
Now it just looks like Brandon McKinney kind of just steps wrong. Normally when you do that, it's a knee and it's not a good sign. Let's hope he's healthy. It's just a sprain. He can come back.
And signed from the Baltimore Ravens, an unrestricted free agent. Well, enter for your chance to win a Colts prize package, including game tickets and dining for 4 plus more. Your dream is out there. Go get it. American Family Insurance will protect it. Visit AMF or make that amfam.com/Colts to enter today. That's Colts fans are invited to gather on the north side of Lucas Oil Stadium for the new American Family Fan Zone, a pregame party area for fans of all ages. Your dream is out there. Go get it. American Family Insurance will protect it. Well, Brandon McKinney taken off the field with an injury. Hopefully it's not serious. Chuck Pagano pacing the sidelines. Colts have tied this thing up at 7-all, but the Redskins have the football with a third down upcoming.
On third down here, you'll see the Colts go with their prevent defense. 4 down linemen. Looks like Drake Nevis, Philly Moala, Jerry Hughes, and Dwight Freeney will be your end rushers. You have 2 linebackers, and Cavell Connor and Jarrell Freeman, and then you have 5 defensive backs. That's called a nickel package. And Tom Zibikowski, DJ Johnson, Antoine Bethea out there, Cassius Vaughn, and number 37. I got to find out who he is.
That's Brandon King.
And Brandon King.
Now's your chance to get single-game Colts tickets for selected home games. Go to Colts.com for more information. RG3 sets his team 3rd down and 5. And throws it out here, and a nice catch made by Davis, the tight end, and he's got the 1st down. Made a man miss once he caught the football. Nice spin move, and Drake Nevis finally makes the tackle for the Colts. But a 1st down for the Redskins as they maintain possession. And marked at the 46-yard line.
The Colts only rushed 4 that time, played a 2-man coverage, 2 deep safeties and man underneath, and just our linebacker number 50, Jarrell Freeman, just couldn't stay with their tight end.
Now that offset backfield, and they hand it off to Morris. And Alfred Morris finds his way past a tackler or 2, then his gang spotted to the ground. And they're on the stop of Ricardo Matthews.
Tell you what, good job here by Cavell Connor.
Yep.
Getting rid of the block, shedding the block, and then making the tackle, actually with his back, but, you know, slowed the runner down long enough so his teammates could get in on that tackle.
And Jarrell Freeman lost his helmet on the play, and he was in that tackle too. So these guys are battling out there. Freeman getting his helmet put back on, and hopefully with no damage done. And we got an injured Washington Redskin on the field now.
It looked to be 45.
Yep. That's Dorson Bryce, the fullback, first-year player out of Washington. So Boyce is the injured Redskin on the field, playing at the fullback position.
I actually think he's the one Cavell Connor actually took that block on. It was Bryce that tried to block Cavell Connor, and he just couldn't do it. He kind of sent him to the ground.
And he's up, sitting up now. Boyce is, like I said, a first-year player out of Washington, University of Washington, and he's under his own power heading to the sidelines, and it's always good to see.
He's got a few butterflies, had to get rid of them. That happens every once in a while. You see the bright lights.
So it's 2nd down now for the Redskins. Ball at the 49-yard line of Indianapolis. And this is Morris. Wow. Just continues to impress. He's done a really nice job all preseason for the Redskins.
You know, this is a good job of sealing the end by the Washington Redskins. I thought you might have had a hold right there on Trent Williams, number 71 of the Washington Redskins, on one of our linebackers. Kind of opened up that hole for Morris. Gave him room enough to get the 1st down and some.
Jerry Hughes finally made the stop on the play, but not before a big 1st down and great field position for the Redskins. Here's Morris again. And this time he's dropped for a gain of 3 maybe. Cavell Connor into the tackle.
Really like the play of Jarrell Freeman and Cabell Connor this game. They seem to just be, wreaking havoc in that backfield.
Done a nice job. Both these guys taking advantage of opportunities here in the preseason.
And Greg Minuski did say, the defense coordinator for the Colts, that he will open it up this week. So I'm anxious to see what that means.
RG3 rolls to his right, throws it back, and this time taken down as Hankerson, as Cassius Vaughn wasn't fooled on that play. He did a nice job of staying at home.
Yeah, good open field tackle right there by Cassius Vaughn, not letting Wilkerson get the first down.
So it'll be third down now at about 2.
I'm sorry, Hankerson, not letting Hankerson get the
And Indianapolis trying to hold Washington in this situation to a field goal opportunity.
You have so many things you can do right here if you're Washington. You can run the ball, you can throw the ball, you can roll them out with the quarterback.
They're going to run it, and Hightower's the man with the football. And he's got a first down and gets it all the way down to the 4-yard line before he's knocked to the ground. And a really nice run by Tim Hightower. Jerry Hughes again on the tackle, but not until Washington puts themselves into great position.
You see Drake Nevis almost making that tackle in the backfield. You got a missed tackle on the outside, but it's good to see Tim Hightower in there. I mean, he's a top pass protector in the backfield for these Washington Redskins. Fifth-year guy, tore his ACL last year. Good to see him back.
2-minute warning here in the first half of this game with the score tied, but the Redskins threatening. Back in a moment. Redskins cheerleaders, 7-7 tie in this ball game with the Redskins threatening. Is your fantasy football legit? Sign up for the official NFL Fantasy Football League only on NFL.com with free live scoring and instant video highlights. Go legit. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy. And RG3 hands it off to Tim Hightower. And this time Hightower is met and brought down. Another terrific tackle by Freeman. And I think again he lost his helmet on that play. But a great job by Jarrell Freeman to meet Tim Hightower right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good job here by Freeman filling that hole. And Ricardo Matthews just putting Tim Hightower on his back. Good job there by the Colts defense.
Now Jarrell's biggest issue is keeping his helmet on. That's twice he's lost it now.
Those defense, they don't care. They don't need a helmet, most of them.
And it'll be 2nd and goal now at the 4-yard line for the Redskins as they try to get another score here before the half comes to a close.
I'll tell you what, Coach Shanahan has to be real impressed with his offensive line. Guys that last week didn't really play all that great, had a couple new starters in there, got those same starters in today, and they seem to be doing a lot better, opening holes for your running backs and pass protecting for RG3.
And we have a timeout called here by, I believe, the Redskins. So we have a moment here. Here you see a Redskin being attended to by the trainer with a little cut above the eye. You know, Wick Sugar Cream Pies is the official pie of the Indianapolis Colts. Make sure you pick up a Wick Sugar Cream Pie today. I think sugar is supposed to be good for closing wounds, isn't it?
Sugar's
that an old wives' tale, or is that just is that a real remedy? I don't know. I don't know if a Wick Sugar Cream Pie would take care of it or not, but you know what? I'd give it a shot.
I'll take it.
If it did close the wound, at least I could eat it.
Sugar cream pie. That just sounds fantastic.
It does, doesn't it? Well, try one of those Wicks because they are delicious. Ball at the 4-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Redskins. RG3, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Hightower, the running back, alongside it. High snap. Nice throw, Santana Moss. Moss, the 12th receiver, with the big catch as RG3 found him beautifully. Yeah, on a little rollout.
Yeah, great play design there by Kyle Shanahan, offensive coordinator for the Redskins. Just a little half rollout by RG3 to get him on the perimeter. The Colts actually brought pressure, so it left all the receivers one-on-one. Santana Moss is that seasoned vet that knows how to get open in those situations. Does a good job getting open and getting a touchdown.
So the Redskins retake the lead. Now Neil Rackers will attempt the extra point kick. And it is up and through. And Washington has retaken the lead with 1 minute and 9 seconds to go in the half.
You'll see the blitz off the slot receiver right there. Antoine tries to cover him inside out, which leaves all that open space to the outside. He just runs a 2-3 yard out route. RG3 does a good job putting it on the outside shoulder, getting that pylon for a touchdown.
So a nice job there by the Redskins to take the lead back. Let's take a look at the Citizens Energy Group scoring recap. There you see it. Santana Moss catching the ball for the touchdown. That was a long drive, 80 yards, and it took 6:18 off the clock. Very impressive by RG3.
No, it really has been. The first game they had against Buffalo, he had 3 series, and they only scored 1 touchdown on a screen pass to Pierre Garçon that went for 20 yards. Last week he had 6 drives in the Bears game. They only kicked a field goal, so you got to be real happy if you're the coaching staff for the Washington Redskins. They had 2 nice, solid scoring drives. They had a little miscues the first couple drives of the game, but have settled in nicely. And those 2 last drives for touchdowns. So you talk about the Colts answering the Redskins' first drive, and the Redskins coming back and answering back for the Colts touchdown drive. It's a real nice job by these 2 offenses.
And now an opportunity for Indianapolis because, again, you won't see Andrew Luck very far into the 3rd quarter, but he's going to get an opportunity for a 2-minute offensive drive here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you give Andrew Luck 1 minute and 9 seconds. He has 3 timeouts, and seeing what he did last week in less time than that, I think we'll see a pretty good drive here by the Colts offense.
Kick out of the end zone, so it'll come back to the 20-yard line and a 1st and 10 for Indianapolis on the touchback. You know when the Colts win, you win at all Indianapolis area Denny's. Come to Denny's the day after a Colts win from 6 to 10 a.m. and you got a free Colts fan slam with the purchase of a beverage. Now that's a deal. So the Colts take over 1st and 10. And Donald Brown is back in there at the running back position. Chris Adams, Reggie Wayne, Donnie Avery, wide receivers in the ball game. And Andrew Luck has Brown alongside him in the backfield in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 20. And finds Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, this is one thing that the Bruce Arians offense does. They don't run the same formation every offensive play in the 2-minute like we used to do under Tom Moore and Clyde Christensen under head coach Jim Caldwell. They'll line up in different spots.
6-yard gain of the first play. Andrew has to step up this time. And how about that throw to Donnie Avery at the last possible second that he was going to get hit? He got rid of it.
Good job calling the timeout there. Andrew Luck got hit, was on the ground. You really weren't going to get the rhythm that you wanted.
And we're going to see it again here as timeout is called.
Yeah, good job stepping up. You know, he's looking. He finally finds somebody. Takes a nice little shot, but gets the completion for a 1st down.
And so the Colts will retain possession or actually move the chains. And clock is stopped with 42 seconds to go. The Colts did call a timeout there to stop the clock. And so the ball now resting at the 32-yard line. They still got a long way to go just to get in field goal territory.
They do, but the whole goal of a 2-minute drill, unless you need something, like it's at the end of the game, you need a touchdown to win, you need a field goal to win. Your goal before halftime is to get in field goal range. I'm going to do what I can to get in field goal range, be able to get some points on the board, and then after I get field goal range, then you start looking for touchdowns. Can I put this ball in the end zone?
Avery is the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Reggie Wayne is at the top along with Chris Adams. Brown in the backfield. Luck. Now he's going to run with it. And he slides down to the turf right around the 40-yard line. Chris Wilson came up to make sure he did a slide. Trying to quickly line up. 2nd and 3. Luck over the middle. Adams makes the catch. That's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that was all Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne draws so much attention from a defense. You'll see him hook up right there on a little 5-yard hook, and then Chris Adams coming in behind him. You'll see it right here on replay. You know, you see mostly Andrew Luck. He's going to do a good job just sitting there. You see Reggie Wayne draws so much attention, and Kobe Fleener that Chris Adams is able to run like 14, 16-yard in route behind him and is wide open for a good 1st down and close to field goal range.
Yeah, they got it down to the 42, 43-yard line now of Washington. And 16 seconds remain in the half. They still got one timeout left, so a throw to the sideline perhaps to stop the clock without using that timeout. We'll see. Probably need to get down, what, 35-yard line or so?
I saw Vinatieri in pregame warm-ups. He was kicking around a 55, 56-yarder. So that would put him, you know, roughly at like the 41, 40.
Here's a throw to the sideline. T.Y. Hilton looked like the intended receiver, but that ball was way wide. Hilton looked like he turned down toward the end zone, and I think Andrew Luck was expecting to turn back the other way.
He turned toward the sidelines on that one.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock. 12 seconds left. They still have one timeout left.
Vinatieri did kick a 53-yarder before halftime last week against Pittsburgh. So if they can get him 4, 5, 6 more yards, he could take a shot at it.
Ball's at the 43 right now. Luck in trouble. Gets rid of it. But the clock is down to 5 now. Still have time. Now they may just have to take a deep shot, or it's going to have to be a really quick pass.
He does a real good job here not taking a sack. A sack here would kill you. It takes you out of everything you want to do, field goal range. Here, now they have time. He throws that ball away. They still have one timeout left. So if they can get a quick strike, some kind of 4-yard dump off to a tight end or a 4-yard, a 5-yard out to a wide receiver and get a quick timeout, they might have a shot.
And Luck looks. He's going deep. Going to the end zone. And Adams jumps up there, had his hands on it for a second. It got knocked away at the very end.